Well, welcome one more time to today's session. Today's going to be special because we're going to let off a little bit of everything we've been going over regarding mobile and touch a little bit on social media and exactly how you could take a word for word script that is proven field tested, take it to clients and leverage that to get closes. And as I mentioned a little bit before we started this webinar, one of the reasons that I'm really excited is because our good friend Neil Napier, he actually gave us a early copy of this presentation and this client closing system that we were able to share with a couple close people, couple of you guys. Some of you might be on here that actually have had taken a peek on it, and it was only 8 people. Within less than a week, 2 of the people, both Charles and Jurgen, both of them were able to close clients. Charles got 3 clients for $2,000 a piece, and on top of that, $500 recurring. And Jurgen, I believe, got a client in the UK for 3,500 pounds, which are massive results. So let's get right into it. TR said I used this presentation last night. Oh, and closed a dentist. Total time. All right, TR, I'm a little upset that you did not share this with me before the webinar, but I'm guessing we're having some a little bit more results. So I'm gonna put a FYI in here and share this with everyone as well. All right, that gets me even more pumped. All right, so if you guys are ready, give me a big, good, nice hello, and give me a big yes as well in the chat box. And I'm going to take you through this exactly step by step, how this is crafted. One of the really important things, okay? I want to mention, and before I even knew, I didn't know actually that. Neil was doing all these crazy things with Facebook and social media. I knew him when he was doing a lot of his copywriting work. And people kind of miss out on this a little bit, but the copy, the way that it is delivered, the way that you craft your words is so extremely important because that makes the difference between getting the close, between actually taking this client, potential client, taking this prospect and turning them into a client versus not really being able to do anything at all, and then the client feels like you wasted their time and they didn't learn anything. All right, so I'm going to take you through this presentation, and I'm going to take you through it from the perspective of you, okay? So going through the scripts as if I was presenting this to a local business owner to get a client so that you could see how I craft my different words. And I'm going to put obviously some comments into there. Obviously, you see the first slide kind of clean cut. The first thing, biggest thing that you want to do, and let me ask you this question, okay? Now, let me ask you the question. When you start your presentation, I'll give you 2 scenarios. Is it better to break the state of the person that's sitting across from you? Maybe do something that's a little bit shocking, maybe attention grabbing, or is it B, should you just go and talk about the content, just skip all of that and just go right into the content? A or B? A or B? Okay, A, more shocking, playing around with it a little bit, or B, just going straight into the content. Okay? And pretty much all across the board, everyone is saying A. And it makes sense. Okay, because if you go right into the content, unfortunately, a lot of times people aren't really paying attention. Why should I be interested? What is the big deal? And that's why, for example, when I started this presentation, the big deal around this presentation is that it is results driven. And why you should listen to me, because I am talking about something that is field tested and has already achieved some results for different clients. So if we go right into slide 2, the great way to introduce this is always through some type of shocking statistics. All right, everyone knows, yeah, Facebook, yeah, social media, all this stuff is great, but why, as a business owner, why is this important to me? Why do I care? Facebook is something that my teenage daughter and my son, who's in high school, yeah, they're on it all the time. But does this affect my business? No, it does not affect my business at all unless you convince me. And one of the great ways is going through some of these statistics, and this is one of the bigger ones, is actually showing the amount of use. And that Facebook, yeah, Facebook is most widely used social media platform, but Google Plus is trying to compete. And when we get into that, that's going to be very interesting because Google Plus is a little bit different. It's a little bit different in that a lot of people do Google searches, so it integrates with just your regular SEO, with your regular ranking, because Google gives you a little bit of juice for some of these things as well. And regarding bandwidth, once again, Facebook is currently dominating the social media landscape and continues to get more traffic than any other social network. But some of these other networks like YouTube and Twitter are not far behind. And if we want to dominate the market, if we want to have complete domination, especially as a local business, we got to think strategically, and we have to think about our customer and what type of experiences, where should we expose our business, where should we build our brand as well. And so it's not until that point that you want to kind of launch into, hey, about us. What am I really about? What do I do as a social media consultant? And on top of that, when you go basically into talking about some of your clients. Now, when you start talking about some of your previous clients, you might not have any. And that's always a possibility. And honestly, what do you do if you don't have any before you get your previous clients? I'll show you. Or if you don't have a team, it might just be yourself. Honestly, if you don't cover this stuff, usually no one's going to really ask. And all you have to do is pretty much just hit the delete button like I did right there. So once you introduce yourself, once you grab the attention of that potential client, let's start getting into some of the content, and let's start actually adding the value for this business owner. And so whenever I do my presentations, I'm always thinking, all right, even if this person has, I don't sell this person. Even if they, at the end of the day, they're not interested in going and buying my services, that's okay. I want to blow them away. I want to teach them something about social media marketing, or if it's mobile marketing as well, about social media and mobile marketing that they maybe themselves can use even without my help. They can implement it into their business and they're going to get some results. Or they're going to have a better bird's eye view about why this is important and how to craft these strategies so that they're more educated. And if I could do that, then even if I don't close them as a client, I plant that seed into their head, and when I ask for referrals, they're going to be thankful for the time that they spent with me because I gave them a lot of value, and that's the most important for me because they're going to just be able to just pass me along. Okay? And just want to make sure, Johan said that there's no sound now. Does everyone hear me, or are you guys having trouble hearing me? Yeah? All right. Supposedly I'm good. Now, what about the problems? What about how do you connect with the customers? And that's the biggest problem that these businesses face, is they're in the business of being a lawyer, being a chiropractor, and they think about their trade. They think about what they're trained to do, and they don't really even consider a lot of times, not always, but 80, 90% of the time, they don't consider, hey, how am I going to connect with the customer outside of my work environment, outside of my office, because I want to keep that brand in their head so that, number one, when they need my services, when they get hungry, they go to my restaurant. When they need a lawyer, they're going to call me up and not one of my competitors. And number three, as well, or number two, sorry, number two as well, if there's just like a discussion about a potential lawyer maybe, about a potential dentist, even if they haven't used me for a while, I'm still in their head. That seed has been planted, whether it's through social media, whether it's through mobile, and I have impressed them enough. I have showed them as well that I care, that they're going to refer me to their friend when it comes up with when the discussion of, hey, I just I'm having these problems with my teeth. My dentist really isn't cutting it. I really don't know what to do, and I just can't seem to find a good dentist. And that's the point where their friend needs to give them that referral, because this dentist has been able to create a good campaign with social media, with mobile, with everything. And that problem, connecting with the customers, is very difficult, and that's what we're going to solve today, and talk about social media, how you can connect with those different types of customers, build that brand awareness, but also find new customers and find new prospects. And this is basically pull customer marketing. All right, because usually, traditional marketing revolves around paying for leads and pushing people to sign up. We're going to take a little bit of a different approach. And one of the important things is if we look at powerful communities, if we look at how that works, because social media networking is actually, it's very deeply rooted in communities, in social proof, in leveraging what other people see. And for example, you could see it with chains. Look at chains. Starbucks, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Domino's. All right? They see a ton of prospects, a ton of customers just going and flocking to their fan pages. No one's going to their websites anymore. All right? If these people want to leave a comment, if they want to see what's up, if they really enjoy their brand, they're not going to the website. They're going to the Facebook fan page. Why? Because if they enjoy the brand, they want their friends to know about it, and they want to hear what other people have to say as well. And their website is unfortunately not a good place for that. And that is why it is extremely important. And if you look with this graph, social media sites have more interactivity than web pages, and that's not a theory. That is a fact. And with these local businesses, when they try to build that interaction, to plant that seed, that is extremely important. And as well, fans and followers, if someone's a fan or a follower on Facebook, they're much more likely to care about that local brand than a non-follower. And you could look at studies, you could look at statistics, you could look at this graph. That is, once again, a fact, and they're also more likely to get involved and make positive purchase decisions that they're not going to regret, that they're not going to have buyer's remorse about, that they're not going to want to go back and refund, because they have made an educated decision. So how do we actually build a Facebook community? What do we need to do? Well, it's quite easy, and we're going to outline the step-by-step process. And this is how you want to outline it. You want to take basically the exact same words that I'm using and recycle them, rehash them when you're talking to this business owner. And so, Mr. Business Owner, the number one thing that you want to do, you want to build a brand. And once you start building your brand, you want to engage with your customers, which then allows this to lead to generating leads and sales pretty much every single day. Now, you ask, hey, all right, that sounds pretty easy, but how do you do that, and what's the customer demographic? All right, what do my customers look like, and why is this important? All right, because someone, if you're an existing customer, then you're likely to be a part of a fan page community, and you're 64% more likely to want to buy more versus someone that is not a part of that fan page community. Why? Because of different reasons such as social proof, that other people enjoy the product. This makes you more likely to want to buy the product, and just because you feel that you're a part of something, you now feel a sense of loyalty, a sense of allegiance. Now, how does this exactly work? And that's what's kind of interesting. And this is where you, as the consultant, the local consultant, you're going to go in and you're going to craft the strategy. All right? And you're going to walk them step by step. Number one, all right, you want to create a landing page. And this is within Facebook, all right? And this is going to take you then to an opt-in, which allows you to then do a like. And this could be actually in or outside of Facebook, depending on how you structure this. And it's either going to take you straight to the content, or you can then share as well that you've liked something, leading to some more interaction and some content, all right? And we're going to get a little bit more into this so that the actual business owner understands all of this. But there's basically a fan cycle, and this cycles between the fan page and the point of sale, and it's kind of a two-step approach. That means that when people become fans, they're also more likely to visit that business and buy something from you, Mr. Business Owner. All right, so you have your restaurant here, and you've created this atmosphere. People are really into it. Now, if you created a fan page, if you created an online community, they are now likely to become even bigger fans and visit more and more often, which as well means more revenue to you. And it's kind of a self-fueling cycle that snowballs. So as more people then buy, then you have more fans. As you have more fans, people become repeat customers and come more often. And like I said, it's a cycle that continues to grow. Now, how do you actually engage them? What is this process of engaging the fans? Because this is the most important process, all right? You could have hundreds and thousands of likes. If you go on Fiverr right now, you could actually even buy likes if you want to buy likes. That's up to you. But what's the point of these likes? Just for fake social proof? You're not going to get anywhere with bought likes. What's important is once people like that page, that they actually stay on there. They're engaged, they like the brand, and they stick with the brand. So you want to share basically your awesome content, and then basically when someone likes your page, that's when you share the content, and when your fans share more content, you get more fans, more people like your page. That leads to even more content. Boom, boom, boom. It's a cycle that continues to grow, continues to expand virally. All right, and let's go over some sneaky tricks. Let's go over some cool tips and tricks on this, and how all of this works. And this is where you kind of go in and you tell the business owner these different strategies and how they can actually use Facebook communities in order to engage their own customers, which will thus then lead for more revenues to them. And basically, this is kind of like a clever trick. Use it carefully. And when you change your current signed in as status to represent basically your fan page rather than yourself, now you can comment and post as your fan page and not you. So joining them groups which are run by others in the same or similar niches, participating in those discussions, and soon, once you do that, you're going to see a lot of that traffic coming back to your fan page, and they're going to be liking and sharing that content. Okay, and let's see. Charles said, Enrique, you must not have had his tacos. No, I did not. I did not share my tacos. I didn't get my fan page for my tacos up yet, but that's one of the things that's on my to-do list today, Charles. So, all right, let's go. Let's get into some more cool things. And what I'm gonna run through actually, because there's a lot of cool things that you could do with Facebook. And unfortunately, we're not going to have time to actually do the demos today. But there are really cool things that you can do that I know Neil as well, kind of with some of the back end things on this is going to be doing. But basically, let's get into some of these results as well. What does this result in? Basically, if you just use that number one trick and tactic that I talked about, you're going to be growing your fan base. And that's the whole part of it. You want your fan base to grow exponentially, to grow virally, but not only that, once again, to engage those fans. And once you engage them, that's going to cause even more fans to flock to your fan page, and it's going to cause even more growth, which is going to lead to more engagement, and that's how this growth happens. That's how this viral growth then accelerates, and that's the whole point of it. Now, other thing, and I want to ask who here uses case studies? Who here uses case studies? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, I see a lot of people do. And some people are saying, I don't have my own to use. Okay, great. Whether you have your own or you don't, I highly, highly recommend that you do. Why? Because this makes it real. This takes the theory and turns it into something concrete. So, for example, with the case study of Ben and Jerry's fan page, if you have your own, I recommend you have a placeholder slide like this where you create your own case study. You put something where you got results for one of your clients. But if you don't do that, don't have that, then take a pre-made case study, something maybe you found on the internet, and you can walk this business owner through a very interesting case study of maybe one of the brands. For example, like right here, you have Ben and Jerry. And basically, obviously a very, very powerful brand that wanted to get a scoop of social media as well. And they kind of created content with a blend of social cause marketing, brand humor, specific product activations. And the way that they were able to do it, the way that they were able to engage their customers, their fan page now has a following of 7 million plus. Okay, that's a ton of people, 7 million plus, because they were able to do that effectively with over 100,000 people talking about it every month. And that's pretty powerful to kind of grow just this little concept into an entire community. And once again, so using either your own case study, and if you don't have your own case study, then grabbing a case study that you could grab off the internet and making sure it's a powerful one, making sure it's one that you actually go in the back of it and you actually check it out. Maybe you could put some screenshots in there as well. All right, and that's the structure that you want to run these people through. You want to run them through, number one, statistics in the beginning, of each section. So for Facebook, grab their attention, build the case. Number 2, educate them. Teach them about Facebook marketing. Show them why Facebook marketing is important. Number 3, go through a couple case studies. Show them some results. And then tie it up with some strategy. What does this mean for your business? What does it mean? It means results. It means that, once again, we get back to Facebook has the widest reach of all social networks. It's constantly innovating, adding new ways for small businesses to connect with their prospects and customers. But what does that mean to you? You can use this as a local business to build a stronger brand, to drive better engagement, and thus get more sales, which in the end brings back to your bottom line. And that's the most important. So, in the end, almost every single business needs to jump on Facebook if they haven't already. And the scope of the reach is massive and hence profitable. Fan pages have a great way to communicate with their customers, and we highly, 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 highly recommend that. Okay, so what I want to do, I did promise 3 review copies on this live presentation. All right, I know I did promise 3 review copies. So what I wanna see is who ended up leaving a comment basically on that page that I was talking about. Yes? And if you haven't, go to squeezemobi.com/social closer. And I'm going to give away a few review copies that Neil Napier allowed us to give away. So go here and leave a review there. You saw this presentation, so leave a review there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have either Javar or Avi, once you guys do that, so squeezemobi.com/social-closer. All right? Does everyone have that written down? Yes? Just want to make sure. Okay? And go there, leave a quick comment. And Avi, I would like if you could please pick out 3 of the best comments, or Javar, and throw those to me just in the chat. Okay, Javar, I see Javar saying yes. So you are all, if I could say, at the mercy of Javar. Javar is going to pick out the best comments from here. So we're going to see what good stuff Javar is going to be able to pick out. All right? So with that being said, once again, and then wrapping it up for that business owner with the next steps. What next steps should I take? All right, and this you want to make this literally step by step. So, like I said, number 1, create a fan page. Number 2, creating content for that engagement. In advance, you can pre-program it. If you know the tricks and tips with Hootsuite, you could easily pre-program it, but you're going to have to be posting approximately 3 times a day, and that's why you might want to pre-program it so that you can fuel that without actually being there, and then asking questions, getting people to respond, engaging those fans, getting people to share the stories, literally building that community. And then wrapping it up with your package, wrapping it up with some of your pricing, what you could do. Number 1, creating the fan page, creating the funnel, creating the community, publishing the content, interacting with the community, promoting also products, monetizing this community, and then organizing the contests. Okay? So with that, with wrapping it up for the Facebook communities, does everyone think, do you think that you could take what I told you right now and present some of these slides just around the Facebook communities to clients? All right? Florentino is saying yes. Carol is saying yes. especially if you had my script, what pretty much what I went over, if you had that word for word written down, would that make it easy? If you had a script like that written down, all right? That's powerful. That's even more powerful. All right, so let's get back into this. And let's talk about Facebook ads. Who's doing anything with Facebook ads? Give me a yes, give me a no. I want to see if you guys are doing anything with Facebook ads. Okay. There's a lot of people that are saying no. Facebook ads are powerful for local businesses. Why? Because they can follow. Have you ever been followed on Facebook? Like you just seemed that some ad just followed you everywhere and you're like, why is this person targeting me? How did they even get my information? You know, you might have seen something maybe even from us and you're like, wait, why do I see Squeeze Moby everywhere? Why me? I know these Squeeze Moby guys. Yes, give me a yes if you have. If you haven't, then, all right, I see a couple of people saying yes. There's really cool things that you can do with retargeting, very kind of sneaky techniques that are very easy to do, very easy to create. These campaigns aren't that hard. It sounds very difficult. It sounds very complicated, and that's a good thing because when you sell this to the business, you can have a very good, unique selling proposition, and they're gonna appreciate that. Okay, so. All right, let's get into this. All right, create, pay, sell. And advertisements can literally be created and results tracked in 3 simple steps. But the thing is, you want to create the ads based on what's working. All right, and these local businesses have no idea what's working. So either on cost per click, and if that means nothing to you, CPC, it's really easy stuff, or cost per 1,000 views. The CPM model. I know Neil Napier is going to explain that on some of his follow-up training. But also checking the stats to see the different types of ROI, editing the ads to slightly improve the ads, and also seeing if the ROI changes. So let's go over some demographics. Basically, 53% women, 47% men, active group 18 to 34-year-olds, all right, but you can target different types of demographics, right? Largest user group earns more than 100K per year, and most users are married with kids, but that doesn't mean those are the people we necessarily have to target. That's just some interesting facts. You can literally go down based upon age and figure out, as the restaurant owner, as the dentist owner, as the lawyer, you know who your potential customer base is. You know the demographics, and we can narrow that down and precisely target that, and it's really simple, guys. Okay? So using these Facebook ads to get first your fan page up, you're growing your fans. All right? So you may ask, when I went over that last section, how do I actually get my fans? What are ways that I can grow my fan base? And one of the ways is basically using these Facebook ads and to direct that targeted traffic to the page, and also converting these fans, not just to fans, but also to paid customers to make sales, to drive them back to the business. So you can even offer promote offers or offer special discounts then through these targeted ads. So Facebook ad number 1, basically creating a working funnel. This way when you use Facebook ads, you can drive these people to the website, make sure they respond, they get the response. The strategy is essential to see if it's worth investing, and instead of targeting everyone, target using precise interests. Now, this is really, really powerful stuff because it's outlined literally step by step what you need to do. And that's powerful because you might not know too much about Facebook ads. But that is now not an excuse because you have it laid out for something you could follow And now, literally word for word, what you could tell the business owner with that script as well. So you could basically be up and running with Facebook ads within a couple of minutes, within a couple of hours, and position yourself as an expert, as that authority figure. Now, with number 2, what do you do then? What can you also do? What's another strategy? Using promoted posts. Now, have you ever seen, let me ask you this, where there's like a post with a lot of likes? And you might think that everyone's going crazy about this post, but really they're not. It's actually just been promoted via Facebook ads. And people are driving traffic to this post, and that's why people are liking it. Okay? And also using, but using those demographics to target exactly the kind of people that you want them to like that post, that they're going to actually get engaged with that as well. And if you're just not sure what your demographics are, you can use quantcast.com. All right, and I don't know if anyone has used Quantcast, but it's very powerful. You can target your demographics. You can kind of split things up as well on there. All right, so let's kind of go. Let's run through this, because I see we are going to be running out of time soon, and there's still a ton of stuff that I wanted to cover. For example, creating ad images with embedded call to action. All right. Why? Because you want your click-through rate, basically people that are clicking, the percentage of people, and Yuri, yes, that is Quantcast. You spelled it correctly. Maybe Javar can kind of put that in there as well. And I see, all right, Javar, can you also pick one more person? Can you pick one more person? All right, we do have 2 people that were ready actually to give away the review copies. So get excited, because I'm going to be picking these people in a little bit of time. All right, and once again, we're taking these people through exactly the same type of case studies, going through a case study this time of a cheesecake company and how they use Facebook ads, or putting your own case study in here to really show them, hey, I've done this before. I have gotten results for my clients. Now I can do it for you, summarizing everything and then wrapping it up with, once again, the next steps, step by step. Create the fan page if you don't already have one. Organize occasional contests, but when you're ready, then start driving traffic, include an embedded call to action, and remember to do precise targeting. All right? Now, honestly, guys, if you haven't checked out the Power Editor with these new Facebook ads, it's something very new that is very, very powerful. And that's something actually that we're going to be getting to as well towards the end, how you can leverage some of these things. Okay? So, let's Google Plus. I'm not going to be actually able to probably go through Google Plus too much, but what I wanted to say, so as long as everyone has, and Javar, if you could pick one more, as long as every single person on here has been able to get this, then what I'm going to give to you, what I will give you is a review copy. Neil Napier, only let me, it's going to be the basic version of the presentation, and I'm going to give you a copy of that, okay? So, the first person, drum roll please, guys, is D. Starks here. D. Starks. D. Starks, yes? No? If not, we're gonna go through some more people. We might not have D. Starks on here. All right, I'm not sure that I see D. Starks. Yes, no. All right, going once, going twice. Going third time, Barb Peterson. Barb Peterson, are you on here? I hope Barb is here. I know I saw her around a little earlier. I hope you didn't head out on us. I know I did see you around. Barb Peterson, are you here? All right, great. All right, great. Email me right here, and I will get this to you right after this webinar. Okay. Now, next person. Let's see. Next person that we are picking, all right, is My Dream 2. Is there a My Dream 2 on here? Yes, no? All right. And okay. So who is there a My Dream 2? Going once? Going twice? And okay. All right. I do see a My Dream 2. So let me give you right here. Just shoot me an email here, and I will get it to you as soon as possible, as soon as we wrap this up. And the third person, let's see if Dan League is here. Is Dan League here? Is Dan League here? All right, great. So we've got our three winners. Let me just shoot me an email here, and I will get in touch with you. You're going to get the basic version of the presentation, okay? Along with some of our bonuses. All right, so does that sound exciting to you guys? Because I'm not going to have the chance to run through Google+, but as you can see, these are there's some crazy content here with Google+, as well, how you can build your community, as well as with YouTube on top of that. So whether it's these stats, 81% of users watch videos online. On average, they watch 170 videos per month. These are some amazing, sick infographics. I especially like the YouTube ones, and it's extremely well kind of color coordinated, and the copy is written nicely as well, with some more case studies and these summary slides. Now, that's not it. It's also being then wrapped up with Twitter, and how you can leverage Twitter, how you can use some of these stats to gain the attention of your clients, and then as well how many people are on Twitter, the demographics, the different strategies you can use with Twitter, whether it's becoming a business expert, whether it's with customer service like some of these airlines are doing, or whether it's just providing detailed insights, following prospects, customers, and getting these detailed insights so you can do some market research and better understand them, as well as on top of that, doing some local marketing on Twitter, which is really, really cool stuff following this tweeting strategy. All right, so case study, tasty delight, and the summary of how you can how you can succeed. Next steps: becoming the business expert, engaging, following, and using these customers to engage on Twitter as well. Okay, so wrapping that up with some Twitter management and what packages. And what you want to do at the end, you don't want to present all of these. It's going to be too much. You want to pick and choose one or two of these sections. Otherwise, you're going to overwhelm that customer, preferably starting out with Facebook and Facebook ads, and then wrap it up with an entire social media strategy, how they can take those, and wrapping it up, outlining the next 3 steps that you can give that potential client. Now, let me ask you, after you take them through this presentation, who is the expert and authority figure? Let me ask you, who becomes the expert and authority figure? You do, of course. And so when you go and you offer them our special offers, boom. As a part of this package, we're going to give you the fan page, we're going to drive, we're going to do that. Of course, these people are going to be dying to jump on it. You think a business owner wants to do, a local business owner wants to do all this stuff themselves? That they want to spend hours and hours when you give them such a good price for just a couple $100 that's going to have a massive ROI of at least 2 to 3 times what they invest in you. It is just massive. Now, if this is exciting, give me a big yes, and I will present what we have, what we are offering today for you guys at a very, very special deal that we worked out with Neil Napier himself. And as the main offer, main part of this presentation, you get approximately 40 to 50 slides of this 89 slide presentation. You don't get everything I went through, but for $7, you get the main stuff. You get all 5 of those sections. So whether it's just Facebook communities, whether it's Facebook ads, Twitter, Google+, whether it's YouTube, you get all of that content, that educational material, plus these huge bonuses, including our infographics on how these eye-popping infographics so you can sell to these business owners much easier with some really cool stats that really build the case. 90% of local searches say they use Facebook to find local businesses online. This is huge and builds the case for the local business owner. 63% prefer brands with social media presence. 50% of all businesses found customers through Facebook and social media. Now, you can create all this yourself. If you want to create your own presentation, I hope you got a lot out of what we've been going over today. But if you just want to grab it, you get 40 of those slides for just $7 and these eye-popping infographics. On top of that, if you get the upgrade offer, which is the entire presentation, including the case studies, and I don't know if you saw, but actually a lot of the stuff, I have to say I was cheating a little bit. A lot of the stuff that I was talking about has been from these notes right down here. And that's a part of the upgrade offer, and that is your exact word-for-word script that if you're going into these businesses, now you know exactly what to say, written by a professional copywriter, made to close, made to convert for that business owner. And on top of that, you get our very own social media presentation, the Squeeze Moby one that we released that sold over 1,300 copies that we released approximately a year ago. This is our very own social media sick presentation that you can, so now you have not just one, but you have 2 as well. And the third, and that's a part of the upgrade offer. So I highly recommend you get in on that upgrade offer because it includes, let me just kind of run through it one more time. But right here, if you look, what does this all include? It includes the extra infographics. It includes those real-life case studies. It includes pricing strategies as well. Strategy slides, how you can craft those strategies, that strategy for those clients. But the most important is that proven, field-tested presentation script that you can use along with our bonus social media presentation. And then there is one last upgrade offer, which you can try out for just $1. The second upgrade offer is just for $1, and it's Neil Napier's 6-day, 6-week course where he takes you through his literally, he's going to be taking you through everything. He's going to show you how to close these clients, and not only that, but lead gen strategies, but also Facebook fan page friction. He's going to actually show you how to build these fan pages. He's going to go in how to do those 3 to 5 posts. He's going to be in Facebook with you, showing you step by step how all this stuff works, how to actually create. This guy is an expert with Facebook ads, so that you can do the retargeting. He'll probably be demoing perfect audience as well, so you can do those sneaky techniques. And it's really easy stuff. You just need someone to help you with it. And that's literally, you get that for $1 and then just 2 payments of $97, but you get to test it out for $1, which is freaking crazy. And on top of that, Facebook Apps Mania, he's going to talk about Facebook apps and ending it off with closing and strong negotiations and building your team around Facebook as well. And our bonus for that is these fan gates. And these fan gates are, I don't know if you've seen some of our fan gates, but I'm just going to go through them. They're for the coffee shop. You have them for the cupcake shop. You have them for the florist, for the gardener, as well as for the realtor. And right here, you have them for the locksmith. You have them for the dentist. And you have them for the taxi cab driver. Now, I don't know if this is live yet, but I know this is going to be going live in just a couple of seconds. And so I want to see, before we give you the link for this, who is excited about this, because this is a massive bonus package, and Neil is giving this away for such a freaking crazy price. I don't know why he is doing this, but he is giving this away for such a freaking crazy price, and I think it just went live. If it went, please check it out. Go to squeezemobi.com one more time /social closer. Okay, squeezemobi.com /social closer. This is on a dime sale, so it is gonna go up, and I am going to check as well. I'm gonna make sure that that everyone who as well got that review copy. Alex said Alex already got in. I want to see who else is getting in. All right. I see people are getting really, really freaking excited about this. So go right now to squeezemobi.com to /social closer. Okay. And Dan, no, you do not. Let me actually give you a link to something. Okay. Let me give you a link to something, Dan. Yes, Dan, if you want to get in on the OTOs, you will need to do that, but otherwise, no. So let me give you a link to that, and there you can kind of find everything, okay? So 1 second. I just want to make sure that Dan has the link to that, and okay. Let me see. Okay? And then, Dan, I will send you the bonus package for the front end and all of that stuff. Barb, if you're here, I can give you that link as well. Okay? I can give you that link as well. Okay? Let me see where Barb is. If Barb, if you're there, all right? And, all right, great. And also, I think it was Brian that was here. If that was Dream Chaser, let's see. And I want to see what questions everybody has. Okay. All right, Brian. And I hear I hear the someone outside. All right, let me stop the recording on this.